This is a Swift Archway to Twywell. I'm just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you've got your gas bottle with your gas valve on top. Open is gas on, closed is gas off. The pipe work coming into the front of the bottle is a reverse thread fitment, so it needs to be turned the opposite way to a standard gas fitment to release it from the bottle. You've then got two gas bottle tie downs. We can carry a maximum of two 6 kg propane gas bottles. On the side of the van you've got your Truma heating and hot water flue, and this does essentially the same job as the flue on the side of your house. You don't need to do anything with this, but you just need to make sure it's not covered by anything or not blocked by anything when you are using the heating and hot water systems. Down below you have your wind down legs, and you've got 4 of these on the caravan, 2 coming from the back and 1 from either side at the front, and these are just here to stabilise the caravan, not lift the caravan. If you lifted the caravan with these, you could potentially damage the floor of the van. You've then got your water pump connection. Push down the blue trigger and pull it out from the side of the caravan. Push the trigger down and push in to connect it to the side of the caravan. You've then got your pickup pipe that needs to go inside the ack roll and be fully submerged in water prior to turning the water pump on. So you need to make sure this barrel is completely full. You've then got your battery box and your mains power lead coming into the side of the van. The mains power lead is connected to the power on site, and the battery is there to power the 12-volt systems on board the caravan and the motor mover when you're not connected to power. You've then got your two fridge vents, very simply there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. There's also a gas flue behind the top cover for when you're running the fridge on gas. You've then got your wheel nuts and your motor mover. The wheel nuts will talk while you're here on site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover to you to show it is all working correctly. The fresh water that goes in the front of the caravan has to come out somewhere, and down the side of the van, just down here, you have 2 grey pipes, where you put the grey pipes into these large diameter holes and drop them down inside your waste master. Coming towards the back of the van you have your toilet flush tank. In this tank you need to put 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to using the toilet system. And then in the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees to tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. In this cassette you need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. On the back of the van you've got your 2 wind down legs to stabilise the caravan. And on the side of the van here you've got your storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. You've got your 3-pin socket for the power coming out to your awning. You've got your storage locker for underneath the front seating area, and you've got your barbecue gas point. Down the side of the van you'll see the last wind down leg also. Coming on to the inside of the caravan now, just to make sure the feet are clean. Above the door you have your main power supply to the caravan, so you've got power on just here. You've got your water pump connection just here. So on the control panel above that you have a green dot indicating you have mains power coming to the caravan, and the post symbol, as you'll see here, is also lit up indicating the power is coming from the post to the caravan. Leisure battery voltage on the left hand side here, and when you connect it to the car you'll have the vehicle battery voltage, so the power coming from the car you're towing with to the caravan. View levels will bring up the levels on either side of this control panel depending on what you're connected to, and if you're connected to the car you'll have an orange light and a green light. If you have all 3 lit up you need to make sure you either disconnect the car or the caravan from the mains power. Once you've got this control panel on, the water pump switch I'll just come back to in a moment. Underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan you are going to find a yellow valve. Now that yellow valve is the fill and the drain down for the water system. So you need to make sure that valve is flat with the floor, as it is at the moment, to allow you to fill the water system up. If that valve is upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water out of the system in the van onto the floor underneath. So flat with the floor to fill the system up. When you're not using the caravan, I do advise you drain it down completely so there is no water left in the van. If you do leave water in it, potentially over the winter, it could freeze. On top of the control panel here you've got your 12-volt fuses, your master system shutdown. You've got 3 lights here that you need to have on, your charger, your heating and hot water, and then your spare power switch on the end here. And underneath here you have your 240 trip switches for the household style power to test these, you hit the test switch, and if this blue switch drops down, it means there is no mains power coming into the caravan. On the door below that, on the door that you open to access this area, there is a list of what the 12 volt fuse is for, and a list of what the 230 trip switches are for. So once you've got that yellow valve done underneath the seat that we were just talking about, you come over to your taps. Open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. I'm just going to let the water pressure run down slightly. To start with, when you turn on the water system, it's going to be a bit like when the water's been off at home, when it spits and splatters slightly. So once you're ready, you come over to the control panel with your Archway connector on the outside and hit your water pump switch. Once the water system is full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan. So a bit like we've got now, water pressure's building up and water's running out of taps. Once that water system is completely full and you have water running out of every tap, you shut all of the taps back off, and then you're ready to start heating the water on board the caravan. So when you're ready to start warming your water or heating the caravan, you can press the middle button here, which will turn this control panel on. You'll notice that you've got several different icons across the top. The first one is your room temperature, so you hit the central button and you spin the dial right or left to control the temperature, and to set the temperature, again you'll hit the central button here. If you come across to the right, you've got your option for water temperature. So you press the central button and you've got the option of off, eco, which is around 30 degrees, hot, which is around 60 degrees, or boost for when you're showering on board the caravan. So if you're showering on board the caravan, we do advise you have it on the boost mode so it warms the water up a lot quicker. We're going to put it on boost so when you come into the caravan, you can feel it is warming up. The next symbol across, which you select by spinning to the right, again, is the power supply you want to use for the caravan. So you've got gas on its own. If it fails to ignite on gas, it will actually come up on this screen and inform you of that. Mix 1 is 1000 watts of electric and gas at the same time. Mix 2 is 2000 watts of electric and gas at the same time. Electric 1 is 1000 watts of electric on its own, and electric 2 is 2000 watts of electric on its own. If you select one of these, again, it will let you know if it has failed to ignite on the gas side. To know what you set the power source to, you would ask your site office when you arrive on your holiday, and they should be able to advise you of what you can run your heating and hot water at. If I spin the dial to the end now, we've got the option to run the fan. So you've got fans off, and at the moment, because the heating's turned off, it's not going to allow me to run the fan, so let me just turn the heating on briefly. Come back to the fans again. Then you've got eco or high on the heating system or the fan system to allow the caravan to warm up, and for it to allow the hot air to come out the vents around the caravan that you can see. Again, to select one of those, you just press the central button and it will allow you to do that. So I'll turn the heating back off for now. Now down the bottom of this screen, you've got 3 more options. These 3 options are in fact quite in-depth to learn, so we do advise that you read the manual that comes with the caravan. If I tried to explain it in the video, it'd probably take me quite a long time to explain. So like I said, do read the manual and make sure you fully understand it prior to operating any of these settings. So that's your heating and one thing with the heating and hot water control panel. You do need to make sure this control panel is completely turned off before you turn the control panel off on the left-hand side. So you press and hold the central button. The screen will eventually come up with off on it. And once the screen goes blank, which it will do in a few seconds, as you can see, it's gone blank. You can then turn the control panel off above the door. I'll leave the heating and hot water on just so you can see it is operating, or the hot water on just so it's operating. Next up, we're coming over to the fridge. The fridge is very simple to use. You use a power button on the front to turn the fridge on. And you have several different power sources you can use. So at the moment, as you can see, it's trying to run on 230 volt mains. To select a power source, you press and hold the grey button, and then you can use the arrows to select one. Once you've selected the power source, you hit the grey button again, and then it will start flashing the temperature options on the right hand side. You can then adjust it by using the arrows left or right. Now the more amount of bars you have lit up here, the colder the fridge will be. I'll show you the other 2 power sources now. Now what we have here is 12-volt battery mode from the car that you are towing with. It is not from the 12-volt battery on board the caravan, as a lot of people think. It is a 12-volt supply from the connection on the car, and if it is wired up correctly, your car, it will charge the battery as you are travelling on board the caravan, but it will also allow the battery from the car to use the fridge as a cool box. To select the gas supply, you hit the grey button again and set your temperature. If it ignites on gas, this will say solid green just here. If it fails to ignite, it will start flashing the control panel, and it will also start flashing the red light with where the green light currently is. I'm just going to put it back onto 240 volt mode. Next up, we have the microwave, hob, grill and oven. All very much self-explanatory. The hob, grill and oven all works off gas. However, if you're off-grid, the 240 microwave will not work, and you would need 240 mains for this to operate. Coming through into the back of the caravan now, and the last thing we go through is the toilet system in the bathroom. So to flush your toilet, you have the blue button on top here, which allows the toilet to flush. You then have your toilet full indicator light that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself actually turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, you need to make sure it's back in this central position as it is now. To allow the waste into the toilet cassette underneath, you open up the toilet waste cassette and it will allow that waste down into it. When the handle's in the central position, it will also allow you to remove the toilet waste cassette from the side of the van. If you try to remove that while it's in the open position, it will actually damage the cassette itself. Like I said, if you have this shut when you finish using it, it will stop any smells coming back up inside the van also. So this is the Swift Archway Twywell. If you have any further questions on the van, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon again. Thank you for now. Bye bye.